Back to my favorite place, CT Raceworks. Time to pick up the race car. The team here had to call Gearworks and get special instructions. You actually have to pull the axle shafts, is that right?
Yes, they had us pull the shafts out to make sure that the carrier wasn't sealed on the inside. That diff should hold around 2 gallons to have just for the cooling feature.
So now we have 2 gallons of 250 weight gear oil in there.
And it's specifically having to be a 7590 GL4 rated oil for the transfer case.
One of the things that they're talking about is the specifics needed for Vegas to Reno, unlike other races, because of the duration of the race and the temperatures that we're going to see. We went back and called the manufacturers of all the parts to get very specific oils for this race application. New dash in place. All right, so that's the fire suppression system. Can you guys educate me a little bit about like what does this actually entail?
So you actually have a fire extinguisher tank mounted under this dash, and Mike went through and he made hard lines that run through the center console, and it might be tricky, but there are 2 nozzles that will spray either side of the motor, and then there is one under your center console that sprays the backside and the top of the transmission.
This has actually been a topic of conversation on Facebook and the forums on fire safety. We have been on fire multiple times, so I mean, for 800 bucks, I think this is about as good of an insurance as you can get. The dash looks good. So new grab handle, rear view camera, fire safety, push to talk, siren, air pumper, backlit gauges. That's going to be so cool. Finally have the race car home. Let's get it out of the trailer, into the garage, so we can button this thing up and head to Nevada. It's home. Now comes the details. It's so strange, all of the heavy lifting and work you do to get a race car ready for a big event like this. And yet here I am snipping zip ties on the extra loose flaps on the seat belts. It's these little things that can drive you crazy, but I also think make it kind of fun. Mounting the toe strap, adjusting the grab handle, camel back, seat belt cutter. It is 100 degrees out today. So I decided to come out and mount 5 40-inch BFG tires on the new Raceline wheels. I've got the front bead set up. However, the back requires a little bit of finesse. So you can see here, there's about a 1-inch gap between the tire and the wheel. Take my ratchet strap, crank it down as tight as I possibly can, and use my air gun to slowly inch it until it fully locks in the 100-degree heat. Of all the critical projects that we've got going on to get this car to Vegas, this may be the most critical. We're actually replacing the 3M vinyl that is black across the dash and replacing it with matte metallic purple. That is a wrap on the dash. I'm so excited with how it turned out. I hope that the trophy trucks in front of me don't tear it up with all the giant rocks that they're going to throw, but it's time to wrap this car up so we can get on the trailer. See you in the next episode.